Hi there everyone, Den of Horror here. Now I don't usually do this kind of an episode, but I feel that there is some relevant news going on in the world of horror that I would like to share my thoughts with you on. What news am I talking about? Well, for all of you Scream fans out there, you guys probably have already heard that Neve Campbell, in particular her character Sidney Prescott, will not be returning for Scream 6. This is big news in the world of horror. Now, a lot of you fans of the franchise feel that this does not bode well for the future of Scream. You feel that Sidney Prescott is an integral part of the Scream fabric and that without her, basically, there is no Scream. Now, I hear you guys. I respect the passion. I respect the loyalty to the character. I get where you guys are coming from. But there are basically two things that I'd like to share with you. Two elements that I feel might shed a different perspective, a different light on this whole piece of news. So let's see if you guys agree with me. If you don't, that's all cool. Drop me some comments down below. What do you make of this whole thing? How do you feel about the fact that at this point in time, of course, we don't know what the politics is going on behind the scenes, but in this point of time, how do you guys feel about the fact that we are not going to see Sidney Prescott in the next Scream movie? So should fans of Scream be concerned that Sidney Prescott will not return for Scream 6? I'm going to give you my answer in a few moments, but I think that there is another important factor to consider in this whole situation. So the story at the moment is, and I don't know how official this is, in fact I don't think that it's official, it's just a rumor going around, and that is that Neve Campbell, the actress, decided to walk away from the franchise because she feels that she was not being paid enough. It's not that the writers wrote her character out of the script or that the producers do not want to work with her. There was apparently a negotiation going on and Neve Campbell wasn't happy with it. As far as I'm concerned, you got to respect that. Her contribution to the Scream franchise is profound. Her character has developed over 25 years and the character has developed around her, the actress. She has contributed so much, she has put so much into that role that I feel it is important for her to take a stand and just say, you know what, my contribution is not being valued enough, so I'm going to walk away from it. I think that it's great. I think that you've got to respect that, and I do think that it is a consideration. So before people start getting angry and start throwing opinions around and slinging mud, we need to remember the fact that behind all of this, there is a person, and that person is Neve Campbell. And she feels that she is not being paid enough. And I think that is absolutely justifiable. And as fans of the Scream world, we should support her decision in that whole thing. And I certainly do. Been a fan of her work since Party of Five. She was also in The Craft. She is a wonderful actress. I've never met her, but everything that I've read about her, everything that I've heard about her, she even seems like a wonderful person. The character Sidney Prescott is also one of horror's true great female protagonists. This is not just some damsel in distress, but Neve Campbell gave that character a slant that we can all root for. It's a strong, resourceful character, not just one that runs around through the movie screaming, waiting for someone to save her. She takes matters into her own hands, and the strength has developed through the series and over the last 25 years. So how important is Sidney Prescott to the success of Scream? I mean, this is the big question. This is what's getting all the fans of the Scream franchise so upset. Without Sidney Prescott, there is no Scream. Is this actually the truth? Like I said, I respect the opinion, but here's my take on that whole thing. And this is really the important question. I discussed this element in a little bit more detail in my Scream episode, so check out that link below. But to sum it all up, the Scream franchise is possibly one of horror, if not horror's best ever franchise. And why do I say this? It's because every single film in the Scream franchise is really good. None of them become B-grade, none of them become kind of horror fans only. They films that are so well written that basically the entire family can enjoy them. So very high level performances, very high level production values, very high level stories. And I feel that the success of the franchise doesn't necessarily lie in the characters or in the director even. I feel it lies in the writer's understanding of the world that they're trying to build. They're very, very creative and very, very clever, and that's what we want to continue seeing. one of the problems that I feel, it's not a problem that has necessarily materialized yet or taken any shape in the franchise, but it's a potential pitfall that I saw could possibly happen. And that is that the franchise starts to rely too heavily on this legacy cast. Now let me say, Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox, David Arquette, I love these guys. I love those actors. I love the characters that they played. You know, Scream, the original one, the 1996 Scream film, was my generation's Scream. It was the Scream that I ran to the cinema 3 times to go and watch. I love the Scream movie. So I defend those characters. I love those characters. But here's the thing. I want those characters to be honored. I want those characters to appear in the movie, not simply because I want them there, but because they need to be there. Because those characters need to drive the story forward. And I feel that the further we go, the more years that go by in this franchise, the more difficult it becomes to bring those characters back. I mean, it's 25 years. Do we really need to see Sidney Prescott being dragged back into the story? Why? Just because, well, we think that she should be there. Like I said, I respect the decision. I respect the loyalty. I appreciate that. But at the same time, I also think that we need to move on. We want to see Scream, the story. We want to see that grow. We want to see that feeling, that excitement being reinvented. And you can't do that if you're clinging on to the past the whole time. Again, I'm not saying that we should forget about those characters, but those characters need to be honored in the right way. We don't want to sort of roll our eyes every time that they appear. You know, maybe in Scream 7 or Scream 8 or Scream 9, maybe then would be the opportune moment for Sidney Prescott to suddenly reappear, to return, okay, to put this to rest once and for all, so to speak. But I do think that it becomes more and more difficult to motivate her return. So, as much as I respect Neve Campbell's decision to not return, I mean, I love the actress. If you support that actress, go and watch her other work. I mean, she's just been in the Lincoln Lawyer series. Really, really good performance. Go and support the actress over there. You know, great stuff. And let Sidney Prescott go for a while. It's not necessarily a bad thing to not see her in the next episode. Let the torch be passed over. I think this is what we need to see. We want to see a new cast. We want to see new ideas. We want to see new stories. So, in my opinion, Sidney Prescott not returning is not necessarily a bad thing. It might even be a good thing. So, I'm not saying that it is or isn't. I'm just saying, for us, fans of the franchise, maybe what we need to do is support the actress's decision to not return. And also, as far as the story goes, keep an open mind. Remember, it's not about the actor or the actress. It's not about the director. It's not about the characters. It's about the story. It's about the world. We want to see Scream go from strength to strength. So let's keep an open mind about this. Remember when we heard that there was going to be a Scream 5, a lot of people, got upset about that because, of course, Wes Craven would not be directing it, and they went, without Wes Craven, there is no Scream. And look at what a good job that director did. Okay, so Scream 5 was successful enough. I mean, I personally loved the film. It was successful enough to warrant doing a Scream 6. So, it's not necessarily a bad thing when one of the legacy cast members do not return. I think that it might, in this case, actually be a good thing. Remember, too much of a good thing. Anyway, fans of Scream, that is my take on the whole thing. I don't know if you guys agree with me, but drop me a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. Are you guys interested in seeing Scream 6 now that you know that Sidney Prescott is not going to be there? Remember, this news might change. Maybe this is just part of the whole negotiating process. Let's see what's going to happen. Personally, I think it's not necessarily going to be, doesn't need to be the end of Scream. Anyway, if you like this kind of content, please subscribe to the channel, check out my other content, and I've got a lot more horror-related content or movie world-related content coming your way. Some interviews, as well as reviews, and basically some mad musings. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great week, and remember, keep supporting Neve Campbell and keep supporting Scream.